Seth, congratulations. Valeria Rubino, Viaggio Sport, Corriere della Sera. Winning 2 championships back-to-back is extremely hard, and then with a sweep. What's the feeling? What's going through your mind right now?
I'm just extremely grateful for the team I get to play for, and just all that's gone into being back, as champs again. And this year was pretty crazy in general with all that we went through with injuries and the struggles throughout the regular season. Looking at this playoff journey, we knew it wasn't going to be as easy as last year when it comes to our record and things like that, and the challenges that faced us. So in October, we wanted to be back in this moment. A lot went into it, and it's a great feeling to be back here.
Tim in the back.
After so many ups and downs, as you mentioned, you got to accomplish the ultimate goal for a basketball player. What's your message to kids who dream big but want to accomplish a dream, but they're facing so many difficulties?
You just have confidence in yourself, no matter what. That's the thing that has helped me get to where I'm at. No matter if you have a bad shooting night, or dealing with injuries, or whatever the challenge is, the confidence in yourself and the people that you put around you that can breathe life into you and breathe that confidence into you, that's what makes it all worth it, and that's the moments that you appreciate. Being able to see the end goal, win or lose, really, as long as you give your best effort.
Tim, back right.
Steph, Tim Reynolds with the AP. You're locked up now for a few years, and KD's made it pretty clear that he's not going anywhere. I mean, the core is going to be together, it looks like, for a while. You've won 3 out of 4. It could have been 4 in a row. As weird as this sounds, do you almost get the feeling like you guys maybe just be getting started?
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. Any question that kind of talks about the future and whatnot, you don't want to cheat the moment. So we'll have plenty of time over the summer to talk about what next year is going to look like, and what it's going to take for us to get back to this stage next year. I know KD said what he said, and we know what contract situations are, but I really just, I'm happy to be a champ again, so it's kind of hard to put myself in any other kind of mental space right now.
Right here in the front.
Steph, congrats, felicidades. Gerardo Lopez, Top Deporte, Puerto Rico.
Gracias.
3 out of 4. Do you consider your Warriors a dynasty, and where do you rank your team amongst the greatest of all time?
No idea. Not for me to answer that question. I just know what we've been able to accomplish is really meaningful and something that not many players have been able to experience. So wherever that puts us in the conversation in the history of the NBA, or titles around dynasty and all that type of stuff, I'm a 3-time champ. We got a lot of 3-time, 2-time champs in there, and we'll have plenty of time in our lives to discuss that later. So I want to keep this thing going as long as we can.
Dan, all the way in the back.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. Steph, your coach, your teammates, you often talk about playing with joy. I want to know what that means to you, to play with joy, and is it difficult for you to find that as you go through this sort of fourth grind? How do you find that as you go through this process again and again?
That's kind of just part of me specifically. That's part of who I am and how I play the game. I've always had that kind of disposition to, smile and laugh and joke and be free out there. And I think that's contagious throughout our organization and our team. And you got to blend that and that kind of carefree attitude with, discipline and hard work that goes into it. And I think for me, just in general, it's just an appreciation of everybody that you get to play with out there on the floor and what they all mean and the value they bring to winning a championship. So I don't think any of us take ourselves too seriously, and we just appreciate what we get to do for a living. And Coach does a great job of keeping that perspective as we go through, as we've gone through each of these 4 title runs, and win or lose, we appreciate just what we get to do every single day.
Mark in the third row.
Steph, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. You guys live in a world where accolades are always the way people are defined. You've now played 4 straight finals, brilliantly at times, and still without a finals MVP. And I get the sense that you could care less. How is it that you could care less, and what does it say about the locker room unselfishness that permeates the franchise, and how did that happen?
I don't know. I mean, individual accolades never. They're awesome, and they're when you get to experience what that feels like, and it's kind of a validation of all the hard work that you put into it. Yeah, there's a sense of pride around those things, but when it comes to me looking myself in the mirror after every game, after every season, no, I played my best, or I should say I gave my best, in effort and had the right intentions and really appreciated every day that I got to play. And I can go in the locker room right now and look every one of my teammates in the face and have that sense of pride of, what I was able to do out there on the floor and how I can help, my team win a championship. That's all that matters to me. KD's been amazing these last 2 years, especially in the finals, and so deserving of back-to-back finals MVPs, and I'm gonna be his biggest fan in there with what he's able to do. And I think the biggest thing we appreciate in our locker room is, again, what everybody brings to the table, and that we kind of unlock the greatness out of each other. And I can put my head on the pillow tonight, and actually I might not go to sleep. When I do go to sleep, put my head on the pillow and understand I had a great year, had a great finals, and I'm a champ.
Next row back on the left.
Hi, Steph. Ethan from Sohu, China. You have millions, hundreds of millions of fans in China. First of all, congratulations. 热烈祝贺.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you've got already 3 championships and 2 MVPs. It looks like the only thing missing is F MVP. What do you think? What's the opinion on that? And what do you think of the performance of KD for this final this year's?
Yeah, I kind of just answered that, but yeah, I guess if I get another opportunity next year, come back into the finals, I'm gonna have the same attitude about winning a championship, and whatever happens, happens. So at the end of the day, it's not gonna define my career. I've done a lot and accomplished a lot and done with some great teammates. So definitely happy with where I'm at.
Thanks.
Steph, Tom Reed from The Athletic. Going into the 14-15 season, you guys had come off a pretty nice run. I think you made it to the second round. Can you honestly say, sitting now, that did you see this coming? Did you see this team thinking that year, well, we could run 2-3 championships off? Or what was it like going into that season for you guys?
2015, when 2 years prior, we played San Antonio in the second round and had a pretty good series. We lost in 6, but we showed a lot about our potential. The following year, we lost in 7 to the Clippers in the first round, and I guess it kind of still validated that climb that we were on. And coming into that 2015 season, we had supreme confidence that we could take that next step to become a championship-winning team. And that was Coach Kerr's first year, obviously. And we had established a culture and an identity and a core and got the job done. Did I envision this happening? No, because kind of the way I go through every year is you kind of just enjoy the moment. But it's not surprising with how much work we put in, the talent that we have, that we're in this position. And 2015 was a big year for us to get over the hump. So we, kind of playing with house money at that point. You got a championship, and you can get greedy at that point.